If you're building your coaching or healing practice, you can't just manifest it. If you're a yoga teacher, a breathwork facilitator, sound healer, energy healer, a doula, a reiki master, an astrologer, a human design reader, you do tarot, you're somebody who is in the healing arts profession, you have to understand there are keys to creating a successful business, and just like believing in it is not enough, because a successful healing arts business requires two things. One is that you have to match the energetics of being an abundant practitioner, and you also have to take the proper action towards your vision and your goals. Because practitioners, you start, you stop, you start, you stop, you start, you stop, and then you get riddled with all the fears, the emotions, the not good enoughness, the imposter syndrome, the perfectionism, the overthinking, the stories that are resurfacing from the past, and then you really just talk yourself out of doing the things that you want to do, because it's easier to go along with the stories than to take a different action and to match the energetics of being an abundant practitioner. You start to become a certification junkie. You collect information up here without being able to translate that information to the energy of action. How can you use this and apply it in places, in communities, with clients, in a way that's going to be in alignment with the things that you want to do and the things that you want to create? You also start to deflect when it's going to be the right time for you, because you're like, oh yeah, 2 years from now, because 2 years ago you said now, but now it's like 2 years from now. And then you start to think that that time is going to be better because these things are going to align, because when you get to that time, it's not true when there isn't really this like perfect moment in time when you say yes to yourself, because it's actually really simple. Creating a business is like, you can Google that on the internet, like how to create a business, like, and be successful that way. But to be an abundant practitioner, that takes practice. Having a successful healing arts business boils down to three things. The first is the energetics of the practitioner, because you can shout affirmations to a mirror all day long, and you can say the affirmations, you can say all the things that you're supposed to say, but if what you're saying and what you're feeling doesn't match, there's a disconnect in energetics. And so sometimes we're trying to change things from up here, but our minds can only heal what the mind can conceive, but the body does everything else. The body is telling you how I actually feel about it. My body is telling you if I feel safe with the decisions and the choices, if I feel comfortable, if I feel pleasure, if I feel the joy. It's not really up here. It's the physical body that's giving you that clue. So when we're not energetically aligned as practitioners, we're taking actions that are not really feeling good. We're doing things out of forcing it and trying to do it and not feeling like we're lazy, so we have to take an action, otherwise like we're not good enough, not from a place of flow but from a place of force. The second thing is that when we don't understand how to regulate our nervous system as entrepreneurs, the fear is going to take over you. It's like every day is like a whole paranoia. Entrepreneurship is pretty much like the inner work. It's not necessarily like how to start a business, because you can Google that and just get the blueprint that way. You can get free resources on the internet all day. But when your nervous system experiences the fear, the doubt, the perfectionism, the burnout, the overthinking, the shutdown, the paranoia, when it really just goes into this freeze state, that is something for you to be able to regulate by understanding that nervous system regulation and emotional regulation have everything to do with whether or not you're able to do the two things, right? Be energetically aligned as a practitioner, and also be able to take the actions that are necessary towards the vision of your service. And the third part of having a successful healing arts practice is developing mastery in your tools, in your skill sets. Because a lot of this imposter syndrome talk, a lot of this collecting more is because you don't bother developing mastery in the thing that is right here, so that requires you to practice. It requires you to be bad when you start. It requires you to, be a little embarrassed and be not that good and not be perfect. And it requires you to do all the different things that is asking you to match the energetics, regulate your nervous system, and be in a position where you're developing mastery in your skills. So if you're finding yourself doing this loop-de-loop where you're doing the same thing and expecting different results, or you're very aware that you need to do a different thing, but there's a part of you that just feels frozen. It feels like I don't know, I'm feeling like I'm in transition, I need to, but I feel like it's the right time. There's a desire of me to step into my gifts, and I want to serve my community. I want to serve my clients. I want to feel confident. I want to feel good. I want to be able to exhale and relax and just like be back in my essence so that I can freaking flow. We want to talk to you. I want to show you how, and how I've supported thousands of wellness practitioners to step into their gifts and to align with the energy of their essence. Because I don't want you to force stuff, because that's tired and true. You know, like you've done that already. It doesn't work. What you want to do is create from a place of flow, alignment, ease, creativity, sensuality, just a pure love and joy for enjoying the things that you want to do, and allowing you to develop mastery in your skills while you're doing this. So our team is standing by. Definitely book a call with my team. We're going to walk you through the whole process of how it is that we do this, and how is it that we've supported so many practitioners in truly understanding their own energetics, their own nervous system, how to deal with the fear and the self-doubt when it comes, not if, like in entrepreneurship, when it comes, and how is it that we can move through it, past it, and allow more ease, alignment, and flow into our life. So book a call. We'll see you on the inside.